2 million people are dying every year from tuberculosis, almost entirely unnecessarily. It's scandalous that in this era, someone's dying every 15 seconds from an entirely treatable, curable, infectious disease. We should be appalled by that. That's like a jumbo jet crashing every hour.
Well, I wanted to kill myself because I felt impotent, that just a tube here and my lungs, my legs functioning, my whole body functioning, but except for my tube, I couldn't go out, I couldn't go shopping. I would come home and I would just sit down and cried because there was nobody. I felt a little bit of rage because he couldn't work, and it was close to Christmas and there was nothing for the kids.
Tuberculosis is the archetypal disease of poverty. It principally affects poor people living in poor countries. If we treat people, if we offer people and provide them with adequate treatment, their tuberculosis won't convert from drug susceptible to antibiotic resistant forms. Well, the only laboratory test that most people living with tuberculosis can hope to have access to in the world today is microscopy. It's a test that was developed over 100 years ago and has barely changed since. It's very simple. Some sputum is just smeared on a glass microscope slide, it's stained with a couple of stains, and then it's viewed down the microscope. It's a rapid test. It can be done while you wait. It identifies the most infectious patients, the ones with the most TB in their sputum. They have so much TB in their sputum that they're very infectious, and so you can see it down the microscope. So it has some advantages. However, it has some major disadvantages. So sure, it tells you have TB, at least for about half of patients. It shows that they have TB, but it gives no indication whatsoever whether they have regular drug-susceptible TB, which will get better with standard treatment, or whether you have antibiotic-resistant, multi-drug resistant, or even extensively drug-resistant TB that won't respond to the standard antibiotics, that require specialist treatment. And I think it's really tragic that so much energy, design, thought, innovation, and care goes into designing cars or soda bottles, and so little goes into the tests and the treatment strategies that most of the world depend upon. But the reasons for wanting to work to improve tuberculosis control are not only altruistic. TB anywhere is TB everywhere. Failing to address the human injustice of inadequate diagnosis and treatment of tuberculosis in much of the world causes dissemination of tuberculosis throughout the world.